With so many books on personal finance out there, how would you know which one to choose? Here are my top 5 books on personal finance. So how I picked these books was they're the most influential for me in different areas of finance. So they became my top 5 because they've helped me the most. Now each of these books is a little bit different and gives you a different insight onto different areas of finance. Okay, so sitting at number 5 is The Richest Man in Babylon. The reason why I chose this book is because I really love a good story. And this book was more of a journey through ancient times and teaching you basic ancient principles on finance that still hold so true today. It teaches you the 5 laws of gold, it teaches you budgeting and accumulating wealth, it shows you how to keep the money that you actually make, and also it teaches you how to invest and make your money work for you. All guided in a story that keeps you engaged the entire time. So the reason why I love this book is really just because it's a great story and it guides you with basic principles that anybody can learn and anybody can grow with. It's a super solid foundation. So rounding out the number 4 spot is Rule 1 by Phil Town. Now this book has some really great information in it, and it breaks down the basics of fundamental and technical analysis in order for the average and ordinary person to really understand. It gives you some great tools for investing as well as creating and finding companies. It covers the 4 M's, which are real quick. Does it have meaning? Does it have a great moat? Does it have good management? And can you get it at a margin of safety? This book explains what all those things are, and also it helps you guide you to the rule number 1 of investing, which is don't lose money. So highly recommended. Pick this one up. You'll love it. All right, so in the number 3 spot is The Millionaire Next Door. And the reason why I love this book is because it talks about the truth about what millionaires really are. It's not always about being super fancy and wearing nice watches and driving, super fast sports cars like Lambos and Ferraris. The reality is most millionaires are average and ordinary people that just did a really good job of saving their money, living well below their means, and this book highlights a lot of that. It really teaches you the true lifestyle about what it really means to be a millionaire in America, and I love the fact that it's so simple and really gives you a really good idea of how to become a millionaire based off of your lifestyle. So that's why I recommend this. It's in my top 3. Awesome book, really teaches you the basics and how to think like a real millionaire. Now rounding out the number 2 spot is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This book really unlocks the secrets to how to think in order to become super wealthy and super successful. Even though this was written back in the 1920s, all of the principles still hold true today. And you're going to get such a great philosophy in this book. It just really opens up your mind and really opens up yourself to a new and different way of thinking that we were never taught in schools. I read this book every single year in December to really prep myself for the right type of thinking for every new year. This book has been such an influence in my life, the way I think about money, the way I think about success, and even just life in general. I highly recommend picking this up. This is a must read and it should be in everybody's bookshelf and at least read multiple times. Alright, so before we get into our number 1 book, please take a second and hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It really helps me out and I really appreciate it. So thank you very much, and now let's get on to the last one. Rounding out the number 1 spot is Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And the reason why I picked this book is because it has had the most impact on me financially. It taught me the basics of what a real asset was and what a real liability is. Assets put money in your pocket, liabilities take money out. And once I learned that, it really sculpted my financial future and allowed me. What this book teaches is that the wealthy, they take their income and then they produce more income by buying assets. And those assets produce more income, which buy more assets, which eventually you use the money from the assets to buy the liabilities. And that's a completely different philosophy. We'll get into that in another video, but totally love this book, love the philosophies and the structure and things that it taught about money and assets and liabilities. definitely recommend it for anybody as a foundation piece. All of these books had a great impact in my life, and I would not be anywhere where I am today without a lot of the information here. So again, thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next one.